The brand is Hubsan, and the model is H507A. Let's look inside and see. I strongly recommend to purchase extra batteries just in case, if you want to enjoy it more. So this way you have extended fun. This battery was tested, and it's enough for about 8 minutes max, actually, if you're running the video camera, and if the drone fights in strong wind, it's even gonna go out faster. So remember this. It comes with prop guards, which I don't really need this, one battery, and a set of 4 propellers and screws to hold them, and also mini screwdriver, plus instructions. You can download app to control this drone on either Play Store for Android phones or App Store for iOS. If you have network activated, cellular network activated tablet, it's even better. You have bigger screen to control it. So otherwise you can do it with your smartphone, and you looking for app which called X-Hubsan. Let's go and see this app. Hello, one more time. Okay, let's go and see the app. Where's my Hubsan? Okay, right here. You click on it. It's gonna bring you to different devices. So that's not our drone. Let's go one more. Oh, that's the drone. That's the one we're flying. Enter device. You're gonna have, these are joysticks, virtual joystick. It's not any levers here or anything. It's moving as you moving your fingers, and even if you're not holding it on the top there, you actually no, you need to hold on the top here, because I'm controlling it with the cell phone. Screen is pretty small, so here it doesn't give you option to tap on any part of the screen and do this. Okay, for United States and most of the parts of the world, we're using mode 2, which means throttle is on the left side. Throttle means go up and go down. This is rudder, which basically drone turning around like this. These are ailerons. I'm talking like an airplane pilot. Ailerons and elevator. This will propel drone forward and reverse. This one, bank left or right. So the drone basically, when you do left or right, it just goes like this or like this. Forward this way, reverse this way. The camera is on the front. It's fixed. It's not adjustable. And they state that it's 720p quality. Battery goes in this compartment. You can only use battery which is specifically made for this drone. People trying to make some adapters and stuff like this, but I did my research. I couldn't find any battery of this capacity which will fit in here, and it's a 2-cell LiPo battery with this one actually 7.6 volt. A regular LiPo battery, 2-cell battery, will be 7.4 because each cell is 3.7 volts. So basically it's a high voltage LiPo cell. Anyway, I'm not gonna go into technology very much. Okay, and on the bottom here is a slot for card, and there is a icon for it, and the card goes upright like this. Slide it in fully, and once you press record video, it will record the video on the card. I want to warn you about one thing. Do not, if you're taking the video, do not turn off the drone while the camera is still on, while you're still recording the video, because the video won't be saved. It will be error message instead of video. So I recommend to stop the video before turning off the drone. On the bottom here also is the button to turn it on and off. Okay. Besides, if let's say you're using waypoints on the map, and one thing I want to point at before we go any further, like you see pin over here, it's not really exactly where I'm at. I'm here inside of the building, so but it's showing like I'm somewhere there in the bushes, but I'm not. So but once you're outside, this drone has amazing GPS system for its size. It's gonna precisely locate the drone where you take off from, and when you bring the drone back by using return to home, this will bring the drone maybe a couple of feet off the location that you took off from. Otherwise, it's pretty much precise. I want to warn you not to send the drone too far away, because of course the system will warn you in case if you have the right settings. Default I think is 150 meters. We have it in metric system, as you can see, altitude in meters, distance in meters, speed meters per second, and so on. So I did one time, I sent the drone kind of far, and because it was very strong wind, I think it was something about 20 miles 20 miles per second, no, what is it, 20 miles an hour. So I actually was worried that the drone will never make it back. It did, and as it was landing, it just stopped in the air and fell down the skies. So monitor your battery. But one thing you also need to remember, this drone runs on Wi-Fi. So once it goes away at a certain distance, you're gonna lose Wi-Fi, and the drone may not reconnect itself, especially if you have any other networks around which your device might be locked into. Once the drone is out, it's going to go back to that network. And to stop the video, if you're recording it, you need to, before you turn off the drone, you need to reconnect back to the drone by forcing it. Basically, you open your Wi-Fi settings and find Hubsan Wi-Fi. Click on it. For some reason, once in a while, my Wi-Fi asking to put password, which is for this drone is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, which is also in manual. Okay, let's go for quick review what we have here. Let me turn on the drone. So you slide the battery the way that the sign is upright. You put the battery in, press and hold power button. Once the lights come on, you let it go. It's gonna blink until the drone locks in to the network. So in this case, what we're gonna have to do, we're gonna get out of this, go to settings, hit settings, Wi-Fi. Alright, this is home network Wi-Fi. It's not gonna be override by the drone, but drone is right here. See, it's not connecting to the drone, so I need to force it. So I'm clicking on Hubsan. It's going. Alright, it's connected. Once you hit this check mark, it's connected. You can get out here. Once you get to Hubsan app, you must be able to see what the camera pointing at. Okay, right here. That's what the camera pointing at the box. Right here. That's my hand. Alright. Now the next step, when you're outside, you won't be able to do this inside. You won't find any satellites inside of the house or apartment, and I also don't really recommend. I fly drones kind of not like a pro, but more or less advanced pilot, and it was very difficult to control this one inside of the apartment with ceilings which are not that high, and I ended up chopping off some leaves from the house plant. So what it requires you to do is to spin clockwise, which you're gonna do basically like this. You can do like this. You keep spinning. Okay, now it's telling you to point the camera down like this, and also do the same thing. You spin clockwise until it tells you to stop. It's very difficult to do with one hand. Basically what it does, it's locking up the compass. Alright, now it says bind aircraft to current device. Okay, so you press OK, always select OK. Now it says GPS accuracy test. We're not going to be able to get GPS signal. As you can see, it's a weak GPS signal because we basically have 0 satellites in the apartment. Even living on the 6th floor, you don't get satellites. It tells you the battery, 100%. You have a live video, which is right here. Now, we're gonna skip this time. Alright. The joysticks, virtual joysticks staying on the screen all the time. What you do to remove it is basically to click on this profile of remote control with little X here. You click on it and they disappear. So they're not here anymore. So now you got the video. Right? And you have map. What you do with the map? Okay, this is to control drone in different modes. We're talking about waypoint mode, following mode, orbit mode, and VR mode. So basically these are goggles, VR goggles. When you click on it, it's gonna give you this 2 screens for the goggles. In case if you want to put your smartphone into that VR goggle set, then you press exit, you're out of there. So okay, now let's review the waypoint mode. When you click on waypoint mode, the menu basically on the right side of the screen, you draw the points, delete the points. What is this? I don't know. Anyway, so how do you want to draw points? You either can draw like just basically like that's where you're flying from, and you draw like this circle, and it's gonna create waypoints. If you have selected in settings that it's gonna make stops for, let's say, 5 seconds at each checkpoint, first of all, you're gonna lose all this time, because even 12 times by 5 seconds, it's already a minute. All right, so you just want the drone to go around and take the video. That's fine. The other way to do it, okay, you click delete, you delete it, it's asking you to confirm, you say okay, it's gone. Next way to do it is to do just the points. So I don't have to draw anything. I want to say go and spy on the people over here at this co-op, and it put the checkpoint. Then I say go about the pool and check their pool, it goes there. Then I say hey, go check my parking lot, and it goes there. Then I say okay, now come back, and the point here, it's gonna come back to this point, and if the battery is still good, it's gonna stay there for a while until the battery start going low. But you don't want the battery to go too low, because then you won't have time to bring it back. So once you complete your trip, you want to bring it back. How you doing it? You press home, and it's gonna ask you if you want the drone to land where it's right now, or you want it to come back from to the point where it was taken off from. So basically you wanted to bring it back where it was, unless the battery is so dead that you don't want it to go to altitude, which was set to go home altitude, and then start coming down very slow. It can just crash. Okay, anyway, let's continue reviewing this. So after you do this waypoints, you click submit. It's telling you again, without GPS it won't go. Next step, it's gonna keep doing this until it gets something. There is also in settings, you can select the time from 0 to 30 seconds to do it. Okay, so then after it said that it's uploaded the trip, the waypoints, you have to take off. You click on this, it says are you sure to take off? Click OK. I'm not gonna do it because I don't know, it may jump up on the bed. So you click OK, and then you click done. The message on the screen will show enter in waypoint mode, and the drone just gonna shoot up to your set height, altitude, and then just gonna complete the trip through all the waypoints, come back, and then you have to land it, either forcefully by hitting home button, or if the battery is too low, it's gonna come back and do it itself. Amazingly, this device, this little drone, it has ability to calculate the distance traveling through the waypoints and still bring it back. Even if it doesn't complete it, it's gonna turn back and bring it safe, unless there is very strong wind which is gonna be fighting it, and it's gonna of course drain the battery more. So you have to count all this in before taking off, before flying. I don't recommend to fly in a strong wind. And remember one thing, sometimes the wind is even stronger about there, because no trees, no houses around covering, so it's going to be exposed. Oh my goodness, I got 6 satellites and now motor locked. If I press take off, it will go up. We're not gonna do it. So but that's what you need, minimum 6 satellites. Usually get, before I really take off, I get 8, and then 11 is the best. I think I didn't get any more than 11. Somehow it's showing distance 30 meters. No, it cannot be 30 meters. Altitude, let's see the altitude. I'm lifting and it's showing that it's going up. Wonderful. Anyway, all right, I'm gonna stop this video, upload it, and then I'm gonna do part 2 because I don't think my phone has enough memory. We're gonna go in the next video, we're gonna go through setting menu. All right.